Um, I've just arrived and I don't think I'm clever enough to speak when I don't. Otherwise, my brother Hussein, the CEO for National Council, representatives of the ministry and the USAID, members of the various organizations representing special needs in society, and especially on matters disability. Colleagues, members of parliament who are here, I'm glad to see the women rep for Nairobi, precious lady Pasaris, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Benjamin Disraeli was of English by Mahatma Gandhi later. He said the greatness of a nation is judged by the way they take care of the vulnerable in society. It is not the number of battalions and armies in a country. It's not in the strength of the economy and the influence in politics. But at the end of the day, it is the humanity in the leadership of any country. We belong to nothing less or more than to one another, and that we must care. As we grow, we move together. We want to appreciate the agenda about disability in this country. Since 1964, it has mutated in various forms. We, the consumers of such services, we feel, and we've been around for some time. I I became a young minister in the church in 1974 and confronted the philosophicalism. Is where in Africa they say nothing happens for nothing. The reason why you are disabled one way or another, it is either there is a curse in the family, which is generational. So this is one of the manifestations of the same. They also believe that there are people who have some special giftings and they can influence how you grow up, and they can put a spell on you. They also believe that an ancestral contribution can determine fate. And therefore, what you become and appear to be, you may not have any reason to change because it is determined to be that way. So they say, and they use this word, shauri ya Mungu. Oh, shauri ya Mungu. And for you, finally, to progress in society and rise in rank and file, you got to work double. Number one, give a reason why you should progress, yet your fate has been determined. Why should you want to go up? When I did my class 7, that is in primary school, the first step, and I passed very well. One of my relatives asked me, Jackson, why do you want to progress up higher? Yet your job is cut out for you. Just wipe people's feet, work as a cobbler. You are just on the ground there. Why go up? So I had to explain why I should go to secondary school, why I should go to university. Now that's the first job, to convince the society that you are a human being like anybody else. That's the first job you do. Even when I was getting married to a beautiful girl, when I spoke to her and said, I looked down, there's a man down here. And the society was asking, how could Rose accept such a man? Now I had to explain that one. So that's the first job you do. And then you work hard like anybody else. We have confronted this with my brothers and sisters who have fought for these rights. And I want to say, we thank God for where we are, for those who believe in God. And we really appreciate where our society has reached, where we are now. And as I said in another forum, is that we need to synergize the efforts of all actors in the field so that our voice remains the same. Because we have an international treaty by United Nations, which has been passed, and then our own laws in this country has created an environment, although we need still to help and support the National Council to make sure that the Act 2003 becomes responsive to the realities on the ground, including the devolution and the way things have progressed so far. We have laws that have really favored our condition. So my appeal today, as we meet here, is that we want to lobby and make sure that the laws that have been passed can be realized by influencing infrastructural development in the country, and also make sure that availability of funds in the relevant ministry, especially the Ministry of Labor, be given more resources to meet the needs that are there in the market. In the field. We have a complaint, and I'm glad the Principal Secretary just came in, and I really believe in your work, and thank you so much. You are the right person to be in that ministry. That in our last census, it never reflected the true situation of how many persons of our society are persons with disability. So is it 2.2% that is being reflected, which is not true? We are actually between 5 and 6% of the total population. So this brings a wrong information to the budget of this country. So one appears through the interagency system, you have the chiefs, you have, perhaps we need to relook at the census for persons with a disability. And the reason is the question that was being put forward was not correct. It was not socially correct. So you make people hide their own people. Finally, as we gather here, I think our ports of entry needs to work a bit hard. We have a problem in that we don't have in our major international airports an ample lift that can transfer persons with disability from one, and it's a mobile bridge. I have had to wait on the tarmac for more than 40 minutes, 1 hour to get assistance, when those colleagues of us, we've come together, have already left and exited the airport. And with this, and I would like maybe Hassan, we would support you if you raise the challenge. We want to have a unified approach so that in Kisumu International Airport, in Eldoret, in Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, and Mombasa, the port of entry must be friendly. In some areas, it was an old airport, and you have to come out of the plane, go through the bridge, come out again, and go where the engines are, and you are passing where cargo go through. We need, so with your perhaps official, we use it as a channel, you make a presentation on that, then we in Parliament, through Kadiba, we can support. May I not say much? As I said, I feel a bit shy that I'm speaking when I came late. Otherwise, thank you so much. You said we've worked together in various situations in elevating the situation of our people. Thank you so much for participating and even helping with this. We still have a very strong challenge in Africa, and especially in areas where we have wars, social disturbance. The disabled are really the ones who are bearing the brunt.